Hi everyone, welcome to my disaster. So this is the second time that I'm going to make this attempt to work on this huge 16-inch hoop with the moon. And if you haven't seen the first whole bunch of tutorials, it did not turn out the way I planned. This, let me move it so that you can see it. This is the roots now. And I cut the tree off the hoop, and this is what they were before. We're not going to do that again. And the tree was only that big. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to fix it because I have to. Now it's just become like a matter of a challenge. So I wrote everything down. For the first hoop, I used 24 wires, and they were 48 inches long. This time, I made 32 wires, an extra section, and they are 50 inches long. Yes, 50. And the reason I did that, I do plan on putting a lot of leaves, but I also am going to twist more to the length of my tree. And I'm going to bead different. So my goal right now is to twist this out with you and then show you what I'm going to do to strengthen my branches. I don't want this to be a crowded mess, but it has to be sturdy. So what I've done here, I have separated my wires in half, and I'm just going to try and slide them over and arrange them in a way that I think they look good. Once you start twisting, you're stuck with your tree. So this is going to be noisy, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I can do it on mute, but that isn't going to help you, or me, for that matter. I need to be able to show you what I'm doing and why. These roots look really big, and it's supposed to. The first one, it did not look good. After I twist out my tree, if I find they are too wide, all I have to do, because it's a slip knot, is push them together and close them up a little bit, and it won't affect the root. So now that I've crisscrossed my roots, oh my goodness, and this is going to be painful and scary. I worked so hard on the first one that I really disappointed myself, but that's okay. We don't always do the best work. Like, this is my first time in a hoop that's this big. 16 inches, and the shape with the moon is something totally different. So you might hear my husband come in with Finn to say hello to Miss Abby, my cats. He adores her and she hates him. For anyone that's new here, this is the real thing. Finn's coming in for his little visit.
You
can enjoy him. Look at him. He loves you, baby. Finn, say hi. Say hi, Abby. He just wants to be in here.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, she'll get over it. It's not fair to poor Finn. Sorry, guys. If I could edit, I would not edit that. It's just, this is my home. This is the way things really go. Okay. Now it's time for me to take a look at my tree. I'm going to have to turn this towards me. Oh yeah, that's a better tree. Okay. I'm going to turn it back so that you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see the whole thing. But I think I'm going to put that piece of wood under here so that at least it's on a flat surface. So this was the original tree. Yeah, I think I'm going to twist this again. Plus, sorry about that. This is a lot more wire. And I am really I don't want this to look awful. I don't want you to be able to see the two sections. Okay. You can't even see my hands. I am sparkling right now. Okay. Ooh. Now, do I have my tool close by? I do. I'm going to use these. They're like plastic tipped pliers. I don't squeeze. I just roll gently to try and get rid of these lines. Try and blend my tree. Don't buy these at your at the craft store. They wanted $20 for them at Michael's. And I got them for, I think, $8 on Amazon, and they came with extra tips. And I need another pair of tips. Okay. Now what I think I want to do is put a bend. That will tell me if I need to add more length to my tree. I wasn't going to do the bend, but I really like the bend. Only if it comes out right, though. I just don't like the way that looks. I don't know if you can see it. The twist marks. I'm going to have to use my things again. But for now, I need to turn it around one more time. Oh yeah, we're looking much better this time, guys. So you have to see that what I've planned on the way I beat it. It's going to be very different. I hope, sorry about that. I hope it works because I've invested a lot of wire, many hours of my time, and I might have even cried once. All right, I didn't cry. Well, I kind of did. A little bit. I didn't cry. I cussed a lot. Like I want to right now, because I can't get rid of these. Can't blend them in the way I'd like. I know, probably not that bad. No one else will think it looks awful, but for me, it's not the way I like it to look, so I'm still gonna mess around just a tiny, tiny bit more. Maybe I'll have to put a little squeeze instead of just rolling over it. See, once you get your tree trunk and you start working, there's not a whole lot more you can do with it other than bend it. Okay, now I'm ready to start twisting out my tree. Oops, sorry. That's going to happen more often than not. I can't help it. These wires are 50 inches long, and my tray is not nearly. My workspace is huge, but anyhow, we're going to separate these into groups of. I wanted to say 8, then I wanted to say 16. I think we're going to stick with 8. We'll try that first. 2, 3. That's 5. Okay, there's the first 8. I'll put these ones down. Now we're going to do 8 more. Okay, I gotta bend these a little bit. Oops, so you can see. I don't know if you've even been able to see anything. And if you haven't, I'll post it, and I apologize. But I'll make sure when I'm actually beating that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I got a tangle in my wires, guys. Oh my gosh. Come on out. This one wire is tangled. Where the hell is the... Oh. Well, that just doesn't... That's not good. Get out that little kink. That could be a deal breaker for every bead that goes on it. What? Oh my goodness. Look at this. How does this happen? It's like magic. It just gets in knots all by itself. Okay. Okay, so there's 8. Well, let's check this. Okay, there's 8. There's 8. The first ones are on the top of the hoop. These 8 will go underneath just to help me keep them separated. Oh, that does not want to go. Make sure you get the ones that want to go now. Let's see, 2. Please don't be tangled. Oh, just a little bit. There we go. Okay, we have 8 here. And 8 underneath. These 8 I will put down under the moon. And let's continue on. Started counting the wrong ones, I think. 3, 5, 6. I'm going to count them again just to make sure. Okay, that's good. That's not good. Okay, let me just check this one. This one here is good. I think what I'm doing, I only took half. I bet you only 4 here, right? 1, 2, there's 5, 6, 7, 8. Double check. 2, 3. Yes. Now we have it. Okay. Not the best way to... If I had little zip ties, I do have zip ties. They're just not here. Now check. This should be 8. I hope. And it is. In this, as you can see, I can't put it there. That's not where it wants to go. So this one will stay over here. Once we get the sections separated in a little twist, then we'll be good. but right now it's a pain. But if I can do it the way I want to, it'll be crazy worth it. It's like I've been thinking about this non-stop. Okay, let me, I don't know what I just did. Okay, this is a section of 8 as well. I will just fold that like that. No, actually, you know what I'm going to do, guys, because I'm going to do it anyway. Jeez Louise. All right, I'm going to go back here and make sure there's 8 here. 2, 3, there's 4, and 4. I'm going to hold my work. I'm going to lift up my project right here in the center, and just so that I don't mess it up, I'm just going to put in 1 twist. Now it's going nowhere. That's it. I'm not playing with this thing. Oh boy, I don't know if I like that. Okay, I think I'll keep this one. All I did was swap them out. Okay, there's 8. Okay. You really have to be careful right here because it could come out really lousy if you don't get it right, and that's not right. Okay. Now, this is the one. Look, I got this little hair on me. I can't get it off. Thing is, if you don't like the way it looks right here, you're not going to like your tree. Trust me. I don't like that right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to think about this. Maybe oh, gosh, that hurts. I think I might like it now. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm making it do something that it does not want to do. So you know what it's telling me? It belongs on the underside, not crossed over like that. I'm going to turn. I am so sorry for that noise. This one here is a workout, and I don't like that one there. I might just I want it to turn down there, but it's not yet. I'm fighting it. Yeah. I won. Now, this one here might have to go as well. You can see that. Let's see about this. Right here. This is what I didn't like. I didn't like the way that they came out. So I'm going to put that one over there too. I'm like trying to make it go in a way that it doesn't like it. So this has to be twisted all the way down to there. I don't want it to get too much longer. That's why I'm not letting it. Okay. One more. There we go. And if this doesn't work, guys, I will cry. No, it's giving me grief. And that one has a wire that is sticking out of place. So let's see what we can do. Tighten it up, maybe. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see. It is a struggle. It's real. And if you make one in a 16-inch hoop, the struggle will be real. But so far, we're good. I hope this is long enough. It's starting to look like it's not long enough. My tree trunk. No, it's good. Now what I'm going to do is separate these just a little bit, like this kind of in half. Okay. I'm going to put a twist there. Make it look longer than what it is. Now, separate them into 8. Now it's starting to look like a tree. Now we'll start over here. If you make a tree, right, with 12 wires like I usually do, you can take 6 and 6, not 6 and 6, take from the middle, do 4 and 4 from the left and from the right, and the rest you'll have 2 more sections and they'll be right. Now if you do anything with 4 limbs or more and you pull from the middle, I can take 8 out here, but it's not going to be even. You're going to come up with one section of only 4. I know that sounds complicated, but think about it for a minute and it'll make sense. I actually had that happen to me and I had to like hocus pocus it. It wasn't a tight twist, but it was enough that I had to be really careful not to ruin my tree. But it worked. It doesn't always work, as you know. Now, this isn't working. Look at this. I don't want kinks because then it's going to make it hard to bead. But this tree won't have that floppiness and that overcrowdedness. I'm going to show you why. I have never done a tree in a hoop this size, in this shape, with that moon, or beaded the way I'm going to bead. So, fingers crossed for real. Let's see. Better get the ones that want to go. I don't even see my hands. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have 4 here. Yes. And what about this? We do. Alright, so what we're going to do now is hold on really tight right there and put in a really good couple of twists. Can't wait to bead this one. I'm going to show you the first row so you get an idea of what I'm doing. These are all twisted up. $25 already. I'll say 45 and we should be ready to do something. 2, 4, 6, one more. We'll make it work. Yeah, well, we can make that work. Let me just count out 4 and 4. There's 4 and 4. Okay, let me move up a little bit so you can see what I'm trying to do. But you see the way I moved these around, because the tree wanted it to go that way. Like this one here might even still have to move. I don't know yet, but I'll get in with my round nose pliers and see if I can figure out what it wants to do. You know, my husband laughs. You know, what do you mean your tree will let you know? No, it does. It says, no, that's not right. Don't look good. And if you force it, then it'll look really bad. So I had a few ideas different about this one. I'm going to take this side first. I was going to do it more, not anything on the moon, just turn the whole thing, like, I'll show you. I was thinking about doing it this way, you know what I mean? But not have it on the moon side, have it on, like that. So it'd be mostly on this side. And then I said no, because I could really mess it up. But I do like this little tree that I have in a knot now. Okay. I hate when I do that. I stop it in the middle of my project to talk to you and show you something, so you understand what I'm saying. 1, 2. I know you understand what I'm saying. I mean, I can't express myself always lately the right way. Everything comes out backwards. I don't know. It's not fair. Okay. Ooh, this is a workout, guys. Yeah, see, look, you got it. I hope this works out right. I have to come up with a better setup than this. It's just the wires are touching the napkin, and it's just awful. I mean, I can tuck each section away while I'm working on one section so that they don't do that. I promise it's not going to do that the whole project, because if it does, I'm gonna lose my mind more than I already have. Okay. So far I'm loving it. For real. But wait till you see what I do. It's a lot of wire. So we have a big different way to do this. Okay, now this is the last one. My main concern, my primary concern, is number one, I do not want this tree to be floppy. It has to be taut like the way my trees are supposed to be. And it wasn't last time, and I will do everything I can to make it that way this time. Not that way, different. I want it to be very strong and solid. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we've got, everything is in 4s. Now I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to do it right now only right here so I can see if it's going to work, because I don't know. I've never done it. Like, I've never done a tree this way. This kind of looks like the wedding tree, like the dimension. Now when I get in there and bend, it'll change it up. So now we're going to go from 4 to 2. Okay. Now I have to make sure that this is in the middle. No, actually it'll be okay, because I'm not gonna attach it to the hoop yet. Because I want to run this by you. And we'll do it, instead of twisting out the whole tree, we'll just do a little bit. Now my beads aren't always perfect, like these ones here, the 6mm. When I was stringing them, they wouldn't fall through. And then it's like, oh, it fell through. So some of them are, you know, I mean, they're good quality crystals. They're not cheap. But, I don't know. Unless the square was a different shape. I don't know. And sometimes I get a bead where I can go through the same bead twice with a piece of wire. And sometimes absolutely not. So the first thing I would like to do is, like I always do, I'm not twisting down. I will. I'll just put in a few on each one that I do. Like that. All right. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, right? I am going to start with the leaf. This is the way I always do it, but this is not the change. The big reveal, I have said my prayers and my fingers will be crossed that I can do this and it comes out the way I want it to. Okay, slide them down and then turn them. I know this is going to be hard for me to keep in focus for you. I'm trying to find like a point, like, is right here good? I don't know. But right now, later on, I have all my beads back here. The canisters are still moved, but I have all my supplies there, tools and stuff. I am going to get rid of that for this project. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to use 4 wires for the twist instead of just 2. We're going to do it like that. And fingers crossed, guys, that this works. I'm going to use 2 wires. It might be a little difficult, but oops. Will they slide? They will. I did hold just 2 pieces of scrap wire from when I took this apart to see if it would work, and it did, and now I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it continues to work out this way. Because if it doesn't, then I have to go back to not using 2 wires at the same time. This will take away that bulkiness. And I mean, that tree was over beaded. It really was. I used a lot of supplies on that. It's not a matter of being cheap and not wanting to put, I want it to be beautiful, but I also want it to be strong. So now, okay, normally I would have 2 beads, 4 altogether, 2 on this one and 2 on this one. Instead, I have 4 wires. Now, when I do my first cluster, I'm using 4 wires. That makes it sturdier. How cool is that? That is one sturdy branch. So, when I tell you, even though I don't feel well, and I am getting a fever blister, I love those, I still figured it out. And I'm very, very pleased about that. And let's just keep our fingers crossed. So we know that the little white 4mm bicones they have to go on just a single wire. But these are good, they go 6mm. Yeah, sometimes I can't even get one. Now I have to get them on 2 wires. Yes, I do. And yes, it is going to be beautiful. First one was beautiful. It just wasn't right. The twisting was nice, everything, the colors, but it just didn't work out for me. Look how sturdy. This is thick. Look how thick that is. That's beautiful. I wish I had kept one branch from the other one, but I didn't. Just to show you how the difference in flexibility and... Okay, so now we're going to bead these 2 again. What time is it? 37. Okay, that's still cool. We'll do gold. I also do want to use I'll use the 4mm down at the bottom of the clear. I like it. I actually would rather not, but yeah, I'm gonna, only because if I don't start now, I can't start later. It won't match, it won't look good. I know what I should do, because they're not all the same length. What I should do is just clip it a little tiny bit to make it so that the beads go on easier. I just wanted to show you how bad my hands are. My gosh. What the plan is. Slide them down. I'm grasping onto them really tight, and I use my thumb for tension, like that. Look how nice. There's a big difference in that than the other one. And I don't even have one little piece of it on a branch. But anyway, that's the pattern that we're going to use. We're going to use 1 for the white 4mm bicones, and for the gold we can do them on 2 wires because it works that way. You're going to witness a very, very big change in a tree. And it did, like I said, I've been racking my brains out over this, and I had to find a way to do it, and I did. It cannot be a floppy tree. And the branches aren't going to go up down there. They're going to stay up like this. So the tree, this is what our tree is going to look like. Can you see how pretty? It's going to be in the middle, and it will be here and there on the moon. And the branches are going to be really sturdy because they're really thick. Look how thick. It looks pretty. Look. I didn't mess it up. Not this time. Almost. Let me get that. Here we go. Now we can twist. Look, I even scratched myself trying to get this thing off. Oh yeah, that's going to be beautiful. And I bet I end up using less beads than I did on the first one. Oh, what am I doing? I already made a leaf. Not time for that. It's only time for a cluster. Just because I'm not paying attention. Whole new idea. I felt so defeated. I can't even tell you. It was awful. When I took it apart, I knew. That's why I filmed it, because I'm glad that I'm doing it over. I don't expect you to watch it all. But, ew, it's in me. It's sticking right in my arm. I had that happen one time before, and it totally went into my thumb and impaled me. Damn wire. Okay, so usually we're only twisting two. No, not today. Today we're really gonna hurt our hands. There. Now let's take a little look. We've got a long way to go. It's a big tree. But do you see the difference? Look, that's not going to be flimsy. This is going to be strong and pretty. Look at that, how pretty. If you think it's pretty, tell me. Leave it in the comments. And also the shape. What do you think about that? I'm going to get in there with the pliers and really change it up. But anyway, guys, it has been 43 minutes. I'm going to leave it here, and we'll call this part 1, and I will be back. Thanks for watching.